Welcome, Cancer, to your chakra reading for January. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers, and anyone new to my channel, welcome, welcome. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with your chakras. The best chakra for Cancer this month. Really starting out the new year, it's very good to get our chakras balanced and really start out on the right step. So I'm going to have that communication. 21. Communication. Communication is going to be a big thing for you. This card is letting you know that it's an important time for communication. All healthy connections and relationships are built on a solid base of good connection and communication. It is easy to hold back or alter your words in order to prevent hurting someone's feelings, fear of rejection, or the possibility of creating some form of conflict. However, it is important that you share your thoughts and feelings honestly with those around you to create and build long-lasting, healthy relationships. When you doubt, hinder, or manipulate the flow in communication, this interference blocks the throat chakra and can create a world of suppression and confusion. Holding on to the unexpressed thoughts and feelings can lead to pain, confusion, and unhealthy patterns. Take a moment to see if there is anyone in your life you are not communicating efficiently with due to fear, rejection, or maybe an unwanted conflict. You are being encouraged at this time to speak up and share your feelings. Communication can also mean writing your feelings down on a piece of paper, which is also a good tool to use if you do not want to express this clearly face to face. Okay? Make sure, though, that as you communicate, you also listen with an open heart and without judgment. As you trust, you will feel a huge weight off your shoulders and a natural healing will occur. You will feel a deeper connection with yourself and also those around you. So this is where you're going for the beginning of the month, the whole month. So there is definitely someone that you are not communicating right with, which needs to be done. Of course, we want to do it honestly, trusting, but we don't want to do it as in pain, right? So we don't want to really hurt the person's feelings. We don't want to say mean things to them, but we want them to understand how we feel. Maybe if we just bring it into, you're hurting my feelings, and I don't think that you're being very kind to me, right? Trying to change it around a little bit so that it becomes a more healthy connection and a healthier communication without it just being, you're mean, you're a piece of, you're a POS, you're being an a-hole, you know what I'm saying? Instead of attacking, that's what the word was, thank you, attacking the person for the things that they're doing to put us into conflict or not wanting to communicate. We're going to turn it around and say, the way that you're communicating with me is I don't feel it's necessary and you're hurting me. Of course, you don't want it to be just, the me factor, but you really, for communication, you have to make them understand how you feel in the situation. Because see, if they just feel like they're attacked all the time, that's not going to do anything because it's going to make them want to attack you as well. That's going to throw you off and make you not want to listen and not make you want to communicate. And you probably feel like some people, they're not going to listen to me anyways. So how am I going to do this? Maybe that's where the letter writing comes in. You're going to have to dig deep to figure this out. Hopefully we'll get the answers right now. That's the whole point, right? That's the whole point. How are we going to have the communication with someone who may not even have their throat chakra open? If their ear chakra is not open to listening off of the throat chakra, how are they going to hear exactly the words that I'm trying to say from my heart, from my soul? Makes it rough, huh? Because if I'm open, how am I going to make them? Well, the moon chakra says use Libra energy for the first quarter in Libra. Keep your heart open. So let's see what that says. First, you're going to have to keep your heart open. And that's going to be the heart chakra. So by using this heart chakra, you're going to actually open up the third eye, which will then give you wisdom. There's going to have to be a lot of wisdom, right? So by the time you get to the heart chakra to the third eye, then the ultimate wisdom will come with the crown, right? Because you're going to have to visualize, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make this happen? And then the ultimate wisdom will come, but you're going to have to really dig deep over here, my friends, right? To find the wisdom of knowing the person. What kind of person are you dealing with? Are they open to this kind of suggestions? Are they going to be open? Are they going to close down? Everybody's story is going to be a little bit different, so you're definitely going to have to use the creativity of the third eye to think about the situation before you do so. I wouldn't say just go out and communicate right away. I would say think about what you're going to say first, and then let the wisdom come through. That way you feel more balanced. You're going to feel more balanced when doing so. So that way all the fears go away, all the contentment, all the maybe anger or sadness. Allow yourself to balance yourself so that way when you come towards them, you're not overly emotional or not wearing your heart 100% on your sleeve. So that way if they do attack you back, you'll know, you know what, I'm okay because I'm centered. And that way you won't just snap either and be like, well, you hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? No. You're going to say, okay, I have an understanding of how you feel about me. I have an understanding about where this is all going. We have to keep ourselves calm and energized and in a place of balance to be able to get through these types of scenarios so that our emotions don't take over. So we don't get too hot or we don't get too cold. Okay? Or too sad or too mad or however you want to see it. Okay, so with the first quarter moon in Libra, you guys see these cards because they're new. It says, are you attracted to someone or perhaps to your current goal? Now, the current goal is the communication. That's what we're talking about. It's a wonderful thing to care deeply. However, if you start to smother the person, that's what we're talking about. Making sure you're not too hot and not too cold when you're communicating. Because you don't want to come off, in a certain way. That's why I want you, really open up. Okay? You need to manifest your goals and really coming up with this conclusion of how to do this and how it's going to feel more pleasing, not only to yourself to get the communication out according to the moon card, but also feeling like they're kind of, you know what I mean? Are they listening? Is this going to please them? Can this come up with, with a solution? So I think keeping up with the solution is going to be the best way to try to do this. And this is showing the what? Heart chakra itself. Okay. So visualize yourself with your families, your friends, your loved ones, and figuring out what kind of person they are and how do you think they're going to handle the communication that is most needed for them. Because it needs to be balanced. This is Libra, so you're definitely going to want to be balanced in this situation. Okay. Uh-oh. And once again, another beautiful, I'm seeing the greens over here again. I'm also seeing the blues coming out. The blues are talking about the what? They're talking about the heart chakra and the throat chakra. And this one is what? The pinks are the crown chakra and the third eye chakra. This one's going deeper within the new moon of Scorpio. So this is talking about how deep can I go? How deep can I make this go? How deep do I want this to go? You're going to have to go deep within yourself, though, to figure out the situation. That way you can cut down all the fears. Now you're going to go through all the fears and all the emotions of my darkest concerns about the situation. How am I going to get through this situation with this person? I don't want them to hold a grudge. Are they holding a grudge? I need them to release a grudge, because if they're holding a grudge, it's going to be harder for me to go deeper. This is really going to weigh on the understandings of, like I said before, of how they're going to take the conversation and how you're going to start the communication. Because you're going to have, like I said, you're going to have to really think of, what is this person like? You know who you're dealing with. And if you don't know the person that well, then you're going to have to really use, like I said, that crown chakra to get the higher information that is needed to say this is what this person may be like. Okay, so let's see, really opening up these chakras over here. Sincere relationship. Make sure that you're grounding yourself to your Earth Star chakra off of the root chakra, so that way it can be as sincere as possible. When you go deeper, you want to make sure that this is coming from a place of your heart, a place of sincerity, not just a place of anger or a place of just pain. Because remember, when you're balanced, you're not allowing the anger or the pain to come through. You're getting down to the heart of the matter. You're saying, this is what this is what I'm saying. If we're supposed to be friends, this is what I'm saying. This is how this is the way things should be. So you want to make sure that you're using all your sincerities as much as possible to make them understand what is going on. And yes, some of these people might just blow you off, and they may start just really being nasty to you, and you know this. But at least if you can try to communicate from your heart space, from your heart chakra, from all of your chakras and all of your soul with sincerity, you're going to have a better chance. I'm not even saying might. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have a better chance, especially when you're coming at them from a place of calmness and comfort. Because you have to remember, a lot of people, the reason that they're so mean and so nasty is because they don't find the sincerity within people. They think everybody's out to get them. They might have victimization problems. They live in their world of their own little bubble. They have a lot of their own hurts and pains. So sometimes when we come at them very calm, it changes the whole situation, instead of just coming with an accusing finger or coming at them like they're being attacked, right? So let's see what's coming out over here. So you're going to have to really pay attention how this is going to be. Most people, if you come at them negative, they're going to attack you negatively. So we want to make sure that this communication is exactly the way it needs to be. They have doubts and insecurities, and so do you. This is why it's delayed, is because of the doubts and insecurities and the disagreements and all of the discomfort that is coming from this situation. You could be dealing with a Taurus, and I'm going to tell you right now, my friends, I'm a Taurus. So I'm going to bring this up really nice and light and clear. If you are dealing with a Taurus and they are very stubborn, they can come at you. You need to be as comforting as possible. A Taurus actually has a very good heart and a heart of gold. But if they're attacked, we're going to attack back. Because the stubborn energy, number one, if you're dealing with a Taurus, you know that they don't like to be wrong. I'm not going to deny this, okay? I mean, this is a place of realness, okay? I'll make a channel full of bullshit. If you come at a Taurus and your accusations and doing all these things, make sure the Taurus understands the sincerities that you do have. They're probably going to try to, they don't like to be wrong, especially if they're male. My husband's a Taurus. He's never him. I'm going to say it this way. If you're really trying to fix the situation, you let them know how you feel. And how you feel that maybe they, see, how do I deal with my husband? Well, my husband never wants to be wrong, because that's just the way he is. And he's Taurus Sagittarius, so you just see that right away, right? It's like, so he's never wrong. They don't like to, but they don't like to be, you know what I mean, forcefully talked to. So make sure that you are definitely using a lot of sincerity, and this goes for all earth signs, pretty much in general. There is a sincerity that can go there if you actually get them into a place where you get them away from the stubbornness, okay? And you do have control, because the Taurus is going to say, I don't see any control. I don't see any grounding within you. You are now grounded enough to come to them, to show them the emotion that you're looking for. Okay, and like I said, it doesn't matter what earth sign it is. When they feel that you're firm, you're grounded, and you're not holding a grudge, and you're not over emotional, they will become more calm. Okay, they're not going to start bucking and kicking. Okay, so you definitely feel like there could be this delay between the two of you, because they're always bucking and kicking, right? Now, if you're going after a fire sign, It's going to be hard too, because the fire signs, and especially Leos, don't like to be wrong either. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit hard, but remember, Leos actually have more compassion, so they actually wear their heart on their sleeve a little bit more, so than a lot more other fire signs. If you're dealing, so you're actually, the sincere of the relationship is going to be your grounding point. This piece here is the overall piece. This is what you're looking for. And every sign has a different kind, especially when you're dealing with some kind of, especially just going by elements. So if you're dealing with fire elements, you want to make sure that you're not coming in too fiery. Don't be too fiery and don't be too hasty. Taurus, don't come in fiery at all, because earth signs don't want that fire, because it's going to feel like conflict. Earth signs don't like conflict, especially Taurus. We don't like conflict at all. So if you come to us and you make us feel this way, we'll then, have a conversation. If you're dealing with another water sign, be careful, because they do wear their heart on their sleeve, right? So it's going to be hard, because now both of you have your heart on your sleeve. So you're going to have to come from a place to where it feels like you're emotionally attaching to each other without overly emotionally attaching to each other. Now, Scorpio, on the other hand, is going to be a little easier to deal with, because they don't overly wear their emotions on their sleeve, but they're more understanding and more listening, but yet they get a little more fiery, right? Because they're a little more grounded. I would say the hardest one would be the air sign, because they want to attack right off the bat, right? It's going to be harder. So if you guys are dealing with an air sign, you're going to have probably more problems there, no matter what, because they put themselves automatically into an attack mode, okay? So I would say with that, you're going to have to be a little more gentle when you're coming in, right? Because no matter what, right off the bat, they're like, what are you coming at me for? And it's like, nobody even came at you. You got to be careful about that about Sagittarius, though, too, because I notice Sagittarius do that a lot, too. Automatically, they feel guilty, and they want to, they want to throw that around. So going over here, it looks like some of you could be dealing actually with a Libra or a Gemini, which is going to be harder communication. So you're going to have to really want to watch and see what they're doing. But there is good opportunities to this, because they are good communicators once you actually get past the making them understand that they're trying to do this and they're trying to do that, because they probably will want to, number one, defend themselves through accusations, thinking you're coming at them. This is not going to be very good. It doesn't matter what air sign it is, it's not going to be a very good thing. So you're definitely going to have to reflect upon what kind of situation it is, and really get past the fears that you have about communicating with this person. Could definitely be an Aquarius. If you feel it's an Aquarius, remember, they're analytical thinkers. Remember, guys, that air is analytical thinkers. If you give them something to think about, don't attack because it's swords, right? Because then they have their shield and their sword already out. Because as soon as you come towards them, they're going to think you're coming to, they're already in defense mode. So you have to give them something to think about. So when you're sincere to them and opening up, the communication is going to be lighter, and they're going to then lay their shield down, and they're going to give them, yeah, absolutely. This is going to actually be more rewarding for you once you figure this out. Okay, and then the hopes and promises of the situation will start releasing the swords of the situation. Okay, so but all of your, yeah, somebody's definitely dealing with swords. I don't know who the heck, man, what the heck. Somebody's dealing with either a Capricorn or a Taurus, and then I've got all this air. So I'm going to say for most of you, it's definitely air sign or earth sign. Like I said, the earth sign is going to be the easier one. You just got to be careful. Because if you don't come angry, that's why you just got to be very centered. All signs just want everybody just really centered. Just don't come in accusing anybody like this, right? It's going to be kind of a hard one, because you have two really hard signs over here that definitely are going to need more compassion about the situation. So definitely the sincere compassion will be your key for the month. Okay, and that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.